And I think doing that, chopping off the hair, would really light a fire under Bianca and probably take her to a place similar to, maybe where CM Punk had to go to beat MJF last night at Revolution, to where she's just a little bit more serious, a little bit more scary and vicious, because Bianca's a big, strong woman. You wouldn't want to piss her off. So if Becky does get the ultimate revenge, because now she's not only been whipped to shit with that hair, she got a broken voice box. So what better revenge than to do a little snippety snip to that braid, and then Bianca can really have her moment at WrestleMania. And like I pitched, I believe on Saturday in the podcast, if you do an angle with the hair, if you noticed, both women's matches are on the same night. They're both on night 1 of WrestleMania, which is suspicious. Makes me wonder if they could hotshot something and get those things unified on night 1. But if that's not the plan, and they have nothing to do, one doesn't have anything to do with the other, then since you do have both women's matches on the same night, you can afford to have one go 5 fucking seconds. And how cool would that be? Maybe for some fans like to get disappointed. You got 2 nights, 2 4-hour shows back to back. And if we get like a 5-second match, fans are going to feel ripped off, but they probably will, because that's the way they're programmed to think. But if you think about that, Becky chops the hair off. Bianca's fucking livid. She just sees red. She's a maniac, mad woman, and she's out for blood at WrestleMania. She storms right down to the ring. That bell rings. She knocks Becky right out, pins her immediately, and wins the title in a squash. Pretty cool full circle moment based on what happened to her at SummerSlam when Becky did the same thing to her. So I think all of that coming together to make that match might explain why it's on night 1, because it's really weird why you wouldn't split your 2 women's championship matches up. And the only thing I can think of is that WWE would be worried about the fan reaction if they did like a 10-second match on night 2. They would feel like they got ripped off of the women's match, or that match didn't deliver, where if they did it on the same card, they still got another women's championship match coming up in the main event. Maybe that's why. So we'll see if any of that turns out to be, but I think the more and more we go here, they're definitely going to be chopping that braid off.